Hey, what's up everyone? Today we are looking at the Jakks specific Super Mario Birdo action figure. This figure is part of wave 45. I know the last wave I reviewed was wave 41, but after that it was all re-releases, which is why I haven't done a Mario video in a really long time now. But also because this line wasn't getting that much new stuff compared to their other lines that's been going. However, we did get a new figure this time. Birdo is finally joining the 4-inch line, which is really exciting to see. You can see Birdo is coming with the question block. The packaging's standard, of course, as you know what we're really used to. Here's the bottom right here, and then here's the back of the packaging. So we get an image of the figure. Birdo has 11 points of articulation, and then here's the other figures that's in the set. So all re-releases, of course, Mario, Bone Piranha Plant, Daisy, and Luigi. I guess if you missed out on Daisy the first time, you have another chance to get her again. Man, what really sucks though about this is that I love how the description here says her signature moves include throwing eggs, but her accessory is the question block rather than just an egg. Okay, so here's the figure and the accessory out of the packaging. Like I mentioned, we do get a release accessory, which is the question block. Something that we've seen a bunch of times now. I think I've probably got this, the super mushroom, and then the coins. I would say the most out of the other accessories. But yeah, we do get the question block. But the figure itself, though, on the other hand, this is a really nice Birdo action figure. Now, her 2.5-inch figure was really nice. You know, when I reviewed that, I was really blown away how that one came out. But this one I think is really nice. I'll actually do a quick comparison. So here's the 2.5-inch one that came out a while ago now, not too long ago, but the pink isn't really the same as the 4-inch figure right here, as this one's definitely like a lot more lighter than this one. But onto the figure itself, man, really great sculpt here. I would say my favorite thing really is the paint job came out amazing on this one, especially around the eyelashes. I'm very pleased with that. And then of course we got her large red bow right here that's sculpted onto the figure. Really great sculpt with that. Of course we got the ring right here on her finger, the white claws on her hands right here, and then along with the feet. In the bottom of the feet right there, her tail. Now on to the articulation. So the head is on a ball joint. You won't get too much movement, like that'll probably be the most you'll be able to have her look up, really. Looking down, not as much, and not really any tilts really. So just your standard rotation there. Of course the arms do go all the way around. We do get a hinge to the shoulder, but you get really good range out of there. Really good range. Wrists do rotate. There's a hinge right there, so you get a hinge out of that wrist. And then for the hips right here, they go all the way around. There's a rotation. You can kind of move them a bit, really. It's very limited. There's like a wiggle right there that you can do, but you're not really gonna do too much there. But you do get a really nice toe hinge right there, which is nice. I also forgot to mention that just like her 2.5-inch figure as well, the inside of the mouth is actually sculpted, by the way. So it's not like just painted on or anything like that. They did actually sculpt the mouth though, which is great. Okay, so I made a mistake. There is actually a hinge right here. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So you just have to like really move it a bit more. And her feet can actually go like that, actually. So it's not as limited as I thought it was going. You just got to move it a lot more further back. And it actually goes like that. So now it kind of looks like she's jumping off of a platform, really. But, yeah, it's actually a lot better. Okay, now for a comparison, here's Birdo next to Yoshi right here. So Yoshi is actually slightly taller than Birdo right here. You can definitely tell just from where the top of Yoshi's eyes would be at compared to Birdo right here, not counting the bow, of course. Here's another comparison right here. This is all of the female Mario characters we've gotten so far in the 4-inch line. Hopefully Rosalina and Pauline isn't too far behind. I think Rosalina could probably end up being next just because, you know, we got like the Galaxy movie, and then, you know, them having like Galaxy 1 and 2 on the Switch too. Like, I could probably see Rosalina. Oh, and she also had a 2.5 inch figure too. So I imagine that she'll probably be next, but hopefully Pauline's not too far away either. And also, now that I'm looking at this, man, Birdo looks huge next to Peach and Daisy. But then again, Peach and Daisy, they're not really like in the the greatest scale, honestly, because they would be a lot more taller than this. Now here's one last comparison right here. This time I grabbed a bunch of other Mario characters this time. I was trying to fit everyone on frame right here. Like, you can barely see Wario back there. Scaling's still not the greatest though, like I said. Like, it's still weird seeing Luigi just taller than Daisy right there. Okay, I'm going to give this an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10. I wanted to rate it a bit higher, but the lack of elbow joints and not providing a unique accessory for her kind of blows. But given the price point, it is still a wonderful release. The paint applications came out well, the sculpt is fantastic. Definitely a really great Birdo action figure to add to the collection. Now, if you want to pick this up, I was able to get this on Big Bad Toy Store, but I'm not sure if it's still on there, as usually the single releases tend to sell out pretty fast. But let me know, what are your thoughts on this in the comments down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Until then, take care, my friends.
Story Select.